Hello, my name is Joan Zoloth, and I'm at the St. Helena Public Library in beautiful Napa Valley, California. And I'm reading a passage from Dreaming in Cuban by Cristina Garcia. And the book was challenged in a small town in Arizona, Sierra Vista, from the curricula and the library shelves after one parent that is, complained about sexually explicit scenes in this book. What's ironic about this is I chose the book because I read that and I have no memory of the sexually explicit scenes. And in fact, this is why libraries are wonderful. I found this book just by wandering around looking for something to read, and I picked it up knowing nothing about it and entered a world I knew nothing about and was completely delighted and enchanted by this book. And I encourage everybody to read it. The continents strain to unloosen themselves, to drift recklessly and heavy in the seas. Explosions tear and scar the land, spitting out black oaks and coal mines, street lamps, scorpions. Men lose the power of speech. The clocks stop. Lourdes Fuentes awakens. It is 4 a.m. She turns to her husband sleeping beside her. His reddish hair is flecked with gray, and his nearsighted eyes disappear under weary, fleshy lids. She exhausted poor Rufino again. Lourdes puts on a size 26 white uniform with wide hip pockets and flat rubber-soled shoes. She has 6 identical outfits in the closet and 2 more pair of shoes. Lourdes is pleased with her uniform's implicit authority and the severity of her unadorned face and blunt, round nose. The muscles in her right eye have been weak since she was a child, and every so often the eye drifts to one side, giving her a vaguely sibling air. It doesn't diminish her 20/20 vision, only skews a bit. Lourdes is convinced it enables her to see things that others don't. Lourdes pins a short braid against her head, twists on a hairnet, and leaves a note for her daughter on the kitchen table. She wants Pilar at the bakery after school. Lourdes fired the Pakistani yesterday, and she'll be alone behind the counter today if she doesn't get help. No excuses this time, she scowls in her sharply slanted script. The street lamps shed the distorted lights. It is not yet daybreak, and ordinary noises do not startle Lourdes. A squirrel scratching up in an oak tree, a car engine stalling down the block. Between the brownstones and the warehouses, the East River is visible, slow and metallic as the sky. Lourdes enjoys watching. In the dark unseen, she imagines her footprints sinking invisibly through the streets and the sidewalks, below the condensed archaeology of the city, to underground plains of rich alluvial clay. She suspects the earth sheds its skin in layers, squandered of green. The early morning refuge of the bakery delights Lourdes. She is comforted by the odor of the round loaves, the texture of grain and powdered sugar, the sustaining aroma of vanilla and almond. Lourdes bought the bakery 5 years ago from a French-Austrian Jew who had migrated to Brooklyn after the war. Before that, she had been working as a file clerk at a nearby hospital, classifying the records of patients who had died. Now she wanted to work with bread. What sorrow could there be in that?